Good morning, everyone. Namaste. I'm going to call in Archangel Michael to cleanse, clear the space of all negative or lower vibrations from our mind, body, and soul, home, and heart, placing the white light of protection around us with his blue seal. And today, guys, we are going to be reading more on the Hermetic marriage, being a study in the philosophy of Thrice, GreatestHermes by Manly P. Hall. And just to remind you, the Hermetic marriage is symbolic of the individual who has made himself rightful on with all things, most of all, is true to themselves and their fellow man. This explains certain alchemical symbols in nature of all things, taking human relationships as the basis. And we currently are still on the Hermetic marriage, part 1, the origin of Hermetic philosophy. And we currently are on part 4 of that. So I'm going to do my best, guys. This is quite complicated reading, but I definitely was divinely guided to read it, and they're telling me to stick with it. So it states, number 4, during his own physical life, Hermes Trismegistus was supposed actually to have written 42 books, which is highly impressive. Some of these, however, are probably the works of ancient Egyptian priests, for during their work of ancient Egypt, for during their glory, their serpent-crowned hierophants represented the wisest group of philosophers who have ever lived on this planet. Clemens Alexandrius states that the Hermetic books were divided into 6 parts, and each dealing with separate subjects under such headings as astronomy and its inseparable companion, astrology, medicine, geography, and hymns to the gods and other titles. During the ages that have passed, Hermes has come to be acknowledged as the godfather of science, especially its chemical and medical branches. Even after the Christian era, numerous workings dealing with the religion and philosophical subjects were dedicated to him. In general terms, the Hermetic art has been applied in practically the true science of the ancient, medieval, and modern worlds. Number 5, or part 5, the divine Pomandrias, more commonly known as the shepherd of men, and the Smaragdine tablets found in the Valley of Ebron are the most famous of the Hermetic fragments. These 2 works are probably authentic and contain many keys to the universal science of life, of which Hermes was supposed to have been a master. Nearly all Hermetic thought was elaboration of principle of analogy contained in the great Hermetic axiom, that which is above is linked unto which is below, that is linked below is linked unto which is above. See Lost Keys of Masonry. It says at the present time, nearly all the so-called Hermetic writings are said to be lost. Only a few isolated remain of what must have been magnificent collection of philosophical, medical, and religious wisdom. So I'm going to leave that at that. It's a little bit difficult to read and comprehend this. But again, I was divinely guided to read this, and I think it's quite important. I've been hearing quite a lot about the Thrice GreatestHermes and the Hermetic marriage, which is why I was guided to get this book so that I can actually learn. But I gotta admit, when I'm reading a lot of this, not all of it, but when I'm reading a lot of it, I'm not really absorbing it, which is why I made that editor note on what the Hermetic marriage actually is. And I love the Hermetic note, which is the symbolic of symbolic of an individual who has made themselves right with all things, and most of all, true to himself and fellow man. And that is, to me, such a key element to the ascension journey. Until you become one with your higher self and the universe and God, you know, you're just acting out of faith, which is amazing. But once you start to, you know, become one with your higher self, I actually can just ask my higher self questions and they give me the answers right away like that. So it's pretty cool. So if you're struggling with the ascension journey, all I can tell you is just to keep going, because it does get better. It does get easier. You do understand that all this is working out for your best and highest good, and life's an illusion that you're creating. So I love you all. I hope this helps. Have a blessed day, and namaste.